All right, we are working today on 2 Corinthians 8, verses 16 to 24. And it is my first time looking at it, so let's get right into it. First, we have, but thanks be to God who put into the heart of Titus the same earnest care I have for you. Right here, but thanks be to God, the giving. So, why are we giving thanks to God? We're going to separate that out. Who put in the heart of Titus the same care that I have for you. We'll leave that all together. If we don't, we accept our appeal. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. Seen okay. Moving more forward. So not only, but also, he's going to, but being very earnest himself, he's going to use on accord. So I'm going to put that there. So that explains how he is. With him, we are sending our brother, the one who is famous, whose praise is famous. Why is he famous? Because of his preaching of the gospel. Which may be put separately. I think I'll leave it together for now. And not only that, but he has been appointed by the churches to travel with us to carry out. Not only that, but also. Sino que también, not only that, but he was, but he also. So he's referring to something. So this is, he has been appointed to us. He's been appointed by the churches to travel with us as we carry out this act of grace that is being ministered by us. But he's also been appointed by the churches to travel with us in this gracious work. But he was also chosen of the churches to travel with us with this grace. So these two end in the same place. This one is a bit different. Nesta obra de gracia, it finishes. So, Sinte gotta do this. I think I'm going to end here with this work of grace, because that's where most of them seem to end. That is even advised for the glory of the Lord himself, the Shepherd. Why is it being ministered by us? For the glory of the Lord, to the glory of the Lord, for the glory of the Lord, and to show us our good, and to show our goodwill. Prothumia himon. Y para manifestar nuestra buena voluntad, and declaration, and to show readiness, show goodwill. Readiness, probably eagerness too, I think, is that word that we've seen earlier described in the Corinthians. We take this course. Here it's broken up in Greek, so I'm going to break it up. Teniendo cuidado, avoiding this, take precaution. We take this course. So no one should blame us, blah, blah, blah. So, in the that no one should blame us. Métis said no one, may miss a time. Okay, so this is separate. And how would they blame us? Why would they blame us about this generous gift? For we aim at what is honorable not in the Lord's sight, but also inside of man. For blah blah blah. Not only. Providing for honest things. Numen Gakala. Not only in Lord's sight, but also inside of man. So breaking this up. It's got to not only this, but also that. Or not this, but that. Or this and that. And with them we're sending our brother. And talk about him. Whom we've often tested and found earnest. Interesting, that word. Many times we tested. Spudayon. Pero que ahora, but now much more. But now even more. Why is he so earnest? Because of great confidence in you. So, but I'll leave that there. Okay. Debido a much earnest. Propoithese polete sumas. So I'm not going to separate that because it doesn't look as separate in the Greek as it is in the English and Spanish. As for Titus, en cuanto a Tito, whether I need to inquire Titus. So, just talking about him, he is my partner and fellow worker for your benefit. There's two things, partner and helper. So he works with me, and he is with me. Enteros autoros concerning you, as for our brothers. And as for your brothers, they are messengers, apostoloi, so apostles. Apostoloi, they are messengers. I wonder why it doesn't say apostles. Why is it not translated apostles? Probably because they don't think it's referring to the apostles, the technical term, but apostles as in messengers or ones who are sent. So we'll see. So good proof. So therefore, therefore, good proof through just of your love. And of our reason blessing about you. This is much longer. No reason. Okay. Why is it so much longer in the Greek than it is in any of these English ones? They are messengers of the glory of Christ. Therefore, give proof to the churches of your love, and of our reason for boasting about you. Oh, and also to the churches. Okay, so it's all messed up. So this is before the churches of your love. Interesting. Like here, openly before the churches. Okay, so it's all mixed up. Put this back up here. And before the churches. You see how it's all messed up. Okay. So we're going to have just a therefore here. So I give proof. So it really is here. Therefore. It's all messed up. I might have to mess with this because it's really hard to get it right. So, therefore, wherefore, show you to them. Because it's really hard to put together. This really needs to go up here. I can't divide it that way because the clauses in the Greek are very much different from the way we organize it in English. So this is wherefore your proof of your love. Give proof of your love and of our boasting before you, for you, about you. So I'm going to put this down here. Man, it's hard. Hold on. So I think I'm going to do it three different ones. You give proof. Put this separately. Well, I'm going to have to leave this alone because it's just messed up. Words of your love, because a good proof. Put this together before the churches of your love and of our. I'm going to make it based around the English here because that just does not work. Why is that to the glory of Christ? And as for our brother, message of the church is the glory of Christ. The repentance of the church, a glory to Christ. The repentance of the churches and the glory of Christ. Solamente la iglesia y gloria de Cristo. Apóstol de Ecclesia doxa Cristo. So this just says the glory of Christ. As for the brothers, they are messengers, but it's not in, or maybe it is that in genitive? So that's why they have it here in the NASB, and the glory of Christ. They are messengers of the churches and of the glory of Christ. But I think these are translating it differently. The messengers are the glory. The messengers are a glory. The messengers, they're messengers of the churches and of the glory of Christ. So I'll have to deal with that later. This is kind of a weird thing. So he wants them to give proof. I'm going to divide it up the way it has it in English. Therefore, openly before the churches, show them the proof of your love and of our reason of boasting about you. And before you and before the churches, prove your love. Well, no, put that back. Before the churches of your love. Show them the proof of your love. The proof of your love and of our boasting. La prueba de vuestro amor y de nuestra razón. Okay, now here we have to write it up properly. How do I want this to go? So, and to them, our boasting for you. Okay, do it that way. That'd be the best way, even though that doesn't. This is really our boasting. Our love is up here, opening before the churches and the brothers. Okay, whatever. Okay, so, but thanks be to God who put in the heart of Titus the same risk I have for you. Why am I thinking? What about God? God, he's explaining why. What about God? The God who put into the heart of Titus the same risk of care I have for you. Actually, this maybe is more of a why am I giving thanks to God? So it probably is a ground. Why should I give thanks to God? Because he put in the heart of Titus the same care I have for you. Why? There's a ground for that. For he not only accepted our appeal, but being himself very earnest. So not only, but also. So, and then with himself being very earnest, that's an action manner. So how is he earnest? He is going to you of his own accord. It's not because we are telling him, it's because he's deciding he wants to do it. So this goes together, but not only, but also. So negative positive is probably the best way to say it. You could say maybe situation response, but so not only this, not this, but this. With him we are sending the brother who is famous among all the preaching for the churches, probably Apollos. So who is this guy? He's explaining it, the brother. So this goes with that and is progressing. And not only that, but he's been appointed by the church to travel with us as we carry his active grace being ministered by us. Okay, so this brother is going along with them, I guess Apollos off the top. So, and not only, but also, so another negative plus, negative positive. The blah, 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 why. So these go together. It's a series for the glory and to show our goodwill. So for God and us. Why this right here is why this is happening. But the being ministered explains the act of grace. So we're going to explain that first. The act of grace is being ministered by us. And not only that, but also blah blah blah. This is so these go together as a negative positive, not only, but also to go along with this one. For the glory, that's a Y. That's a ground. We take this course so that no one should blame us. Why do we do this? We know there's why about this generous gift that we ministered by us for being was honorable. Okay, so why would somebody blame them about what for? So blame them how? It could be an action manner. It could be an idea explanation. But I think it's probably an action manner. How would they blame? About the generous gift. We take this course, so this is what we do that. This is why we do that. Oops. So they're wanting to make sure they're above board. I'm just going to say more. We do that. We do this so that no one should blame us. Why? Because we aim at what is honorable, not only in the Lord's sight, but also in the sight of man. So another negative positive. Not only, but also we aim at what is honorable. And what is honorable how? Or in what way? Or really just a series. No, it's not an independent contribution. So we aim at what is honorable how? Or in what way? What do I mean? It's not how they do it. It's more like explaining what he means by it. So I'm going to say idea explanation. And then the 4 we aim at is under this whole thing, is under this one. We take this course. So that's the ground. It's very much building up here. And with them we are sending our brother, with whom we have often tested and found earnest in many matters, but who's now more earnest than ever because of his great confidence in you. So maybe Timothy. So, but now, although he's often been tested, he is even now more earnest. So, and that describes who he is. That's just adding on to that. As for Titus, so he's just giving a report of multiple people. Who is Titus? He's my partner and fellow worker for your benefit. That's a series. What about Titus? He's giving a report on him. As for our brothers, they're messengers for the churches of the glory of Christ. So another one. Oops, my explanation. So, give proof before the churches of your love. What do you want to give the churches proof of? Proof of our love and of our boasting to you about these men. So we are boasting to you about these men. Titus, probably Apollos, maybe Timothy. We want you to give proof that we are saying these things. They're aiming at what is honorable. How do I want you to give proof? Or what I want you to give proof. So he's explaining it more. Okay. So now we got to go up and explain more, see how more of this passage goes together. And so you can see me, I'm going to put this where you can see what's going on better. Okay. So, but thanks be to God, we put in the same heart for with him. And not only that, okay, so he not only accepted our appeal, with him we're sending the brother. So not only that, so we're going to say this is a series. So this and this. So then, but thanks be to God, this is the ground for that. And then this adds on to that one. This adds on to that one. This adds to that one. This adds to that one. This adds to that one. And this is a inference for all of that. So it might be that this is just like a big long series, and then that comes together as like a therefore this. But let me see. So the way I currently think it would maybe go is all these are one series, and then this would be one big inference that he's driving at. But I'm not sure that that's right. So let me see if any of these go inside each other a little bit more. So, but thanks be to God. He not only accepted our appeal, but being himself very earnest, with him we are sending our brother. So with this brother. And okay, then we take this course. Why are we doing this? So really, so this really explains that. Why are we doing that? To show our goodwill. So thanks be to God to put in the heart of Titus. Titus wants to go. Why are we sending the brother? We are sending the brother because we don't want anybody to blame us. So this is a ground for that, really. Wait. Did I get that right? There we go. Because this is still a series. Okay. So this is a ground. That's right. And with them, we're sending our brother, whom we have often tested and found earnest in many matters, but is now more earnest than ever. So you have one brother going, Titus. He's going to his own accord. We are also sending the other brother, who's super famous for preaching, so that you will not you'll see our goodwill, and also to see that we're honorable. We're not stealing money, probably. With those two, with Titus and the famous preacher man, we're sending our brother, so another person, I'm assuming Timothy, whom we often tested and sending and found out as many matters, blah, blah, blah. So this is all happening. And then he goes, as for Titus, he's staying with me. He's working for your benefit. As for our brothers, they're messengers, so I'm assuming other believers that are with him. So he's just adding brothers, Titus, another brother. I don't know that there's a good way to put these together. He's just like wrapping up everything. So this is just going Titus, the famous brother, the other brother, Titus who stays, and our brothers. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different parties. Some of them are multiple people. Most of them are just one. Titus is mentioned individual. The famous preacher man is an individual. The other brother, probably Timothy, is an individual. Titus is an individual. And then as for our brothers, others that are around. So 4 individuals and 1 group. After all this, he says, so give proof before the churches of your love. So the way that I would probably preach it at first or think about it is to take maybe just two sections. The section on these people who are going to see them and who are staying, so a report on these people, and then what the purpose of it all is. But I guess you could also do the individual 5 people or groups of people, and then the conclusion, and that would be the most likely way to do it. All right, I don't know what we'll do, but we'll see next Wednesday. I'm looking forward to it as much as anybody else is. Thanks for watching.